PlayStation Slim. Why do you care about this?
I think it's really cool.
But they release a Slim every time.
I know, but
we
now
knew there was one coming.
But now it's a faster, better one. Okay, no, the reason I wanted to talk about this is because I looked at this and I went, oh man, I can imagine the conversations at Sony that would have prompted this product. Okay, so you remember the original PlayStation 5 was available in two variants, right? Or well, not was, is, it's still available. So the original PlayStation 5, two variants. You've got the disc version for $4.99, and then you've got the discless all-digital version for $3.99, if I recall correctly, in American Yankee doubloons or whatever they call them. And, you know, as far as I'm aware, the majority of the sales have been of the disc version because it makes a lot of sense that as a console gamer, you might want to collect physical copies of your games so that you have them in the event of, I don't know, you have bad internet or whatever else, and also so that you can resell them, which is a huge value and something that I think one of the big console makers is going to figure out and force the other's hands, I hope, and cause the industry to change, but for now is just not something that can happen with digital games. Does someone allow it?
Oh, I thought you meant the other way around.
No, digital games.
What are you saying?
Okay. Yeah, with digital games, you can't resell them. So so right now, there is easily a $100 benefit to buying a disc version of a console and buying all disc games so that you can, especially if you're a prolific game player, so you can buy games, play them, resell them, and get that and effectively subsidize your own future gaming experiences, right? And I can imagine the conversation around a Sony boardroom table when they released these two separate SKUs of the product and then saw some user feedback that went, how's the optical drive not just an add-on module? Why did you produce two separate SKUs of this thing instead of just, I don't know, a USB drive? This is technology that's existed for 30 years or
We've
however
also
long.
literally had consoles that you can click in an optical drive since
Mega
Sega
Drive?
Genesis or something.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
It's been
I don't remember which one, but it's been a very long time.
It's been a long time. I mean, wasn't the original PlayStation the result of the failed collaboration between Sony and Nintendo to add a disc-based add-on to a Nintendo console? And so I just find it so funny that the new ones are coming out, or the new one is coming out, and that's exactly how they're doing it. They're like, oh. So you can get the new PS5 Slim, and it does not have a... Oh, wow.
The Famicom Computer Disk System. Availability started in 1986.
Okay, but that's not a CD. But yes.
It's you know what I'm saying.
But you're right. Basically, the concept's been around as long as I've been alive.
Yeah.
So Sony, okay, here, let's go through the thing. Sony announced a new slim model of PS5, reduced in volume by over 30%. That's good, because it was big. I mean, honestly, it still looks kind of big, but... Anywho, and weight by 18%. Comes with a terabyte of storage. Will be the new default model.
That's my leg, not the desk.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, you know what? What's footsie between friends? It features a removable disk drive. A digital edition can be bought without the drive for a $30 discount. If gamers then change their minds, the separate drive can be bought for $80. While the console is portrayed standing upright in most of Sony's marketing material, this actually requires a separate vertical stand that costs another $30. So Sony has done some pretty clever stuff here, effectively raising the price of the PlayStation. Buy the
expensive one, or you might regret it.
They've done exactly what we were talking about in the pre-show today, presenting two options, an unappealing one and...
An expensive one.
A more expensive one. So here, what does this work out to? Where's the actual pricing? Blah blah blah. New look PlayStation 5. Okay, here we go. So if you want to upgrade later, PS5. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so it's still $500 for the new slim PS5 with the Ultra HD Blu-ray disc drive. So that is unchanged. But it's clear that they are no longer interested in selling digital editions for $400 because that is now $449 for the new slim one. Then if you want to add the drive after the fact, that's $80, bringing you to $530. You want to put it standing upright, that's going to be another $30 for a total of $560. So they have effectively changed the price from $499 to $429 for the one that's fully equipped, and from $400 to $449 plus $30 for a stand, so $489, $479. I hate the 9. For $480, or then if you want to add the drive later on after the fact, it's like $560 or something like that. Honestly, as far as ways of raising the price go, this is relatively inoffensive to me. I think that if they had just raised the price outright, that would be worse. But as someone who would have strongly advocated for buying the disc version of it, both in terms of the practicality of being able to resell your games and in terms of resale value of the console itself, what I suspect is that all digital ones are going to be perceived as less valued to people who are getting these things down the road.
I also might suspect, I know one of the big draws of PlayStation is a lot of their single player games, actually. And I suspect if, you wanted to play on the road or something, I don't know, if you're in a situation where you didn't have internet, maybe it's down, who knows. I think you'd still be able to play with the discs. Pretty cool.
Yeah, so I would I'd strongly advocate for that anyway. Yeah. So I don't mind this, and I don't mind it costing a little bit more if you go, whoopsie doodle, I changed my mind, because it's not that much more. It's $30 more. Yeah, about $30 more.
Okay.
If you change your mind after the fact. Here, you can have a look at what the modular interface looks like. I'm sure Dbrand is currently beavering away trying to figure out how to make dark plates in these shapes and sizes and all that. Unhelpful for Dbrand. It's slightly less ugly now. It is. I actually like the look of it a lot better. Although, I do think it would look cooler in different colors and stuff like that, and I'm sure that that's something that they can capitalize on.
Yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of the monochrome feature. I was thinking about this the other day. Your car is growing on me.
No way.
Yeah.
The stupid Damascus Warzone stupid wrap. You know what? It did the same thing with me.
Really?
Yeah. I
It's gonna hurt him to say it.
Kind of like it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, my kids liked it immediately, but maybe that's not their childish tastes. Maybe that's just their more malleable minds. Maybe they're just more open to new ideas and experiences.
Because for so long, all design, all interior design, a lot of clothing, cars, everything is just
my house
white and black.
Everything in my house is white and black. Don't forget about gray.
Yep. White, black, and the shades between.
It's inoffensive.
Yeah.
But
it's not
boring.
Particularly interesting.
Yep, that's fair. I get it. Yvonne and I are, what's really funny is I was grappling with this on Wednesday. I was ordering a cage topper. Do you know what a cage topper is? It's pretty self-explanatory. It's
I think I can guess.
Top piece for a cage. Well, it's actually for an aquarium. It's for the mice that we have as cat TV. And I had a top for it, but it was a top I made myself, and it was made of just some kind of particle board of some sort, and the mice are chewing through it. And in a house with cats, the last thing you want is your mice getting out, because it's out of the frying pan into the fire a little bit, right? So this cage topper is from a company called Quality Cage or something like that.
Sure.
And basically, it sits on top of your aquarium, goes about 3 inches down so that it can't be easily tipped over by
curious cats.
Feline companion. And then it has a couple little ramps. It has a ramp that goes down into the aquarium, and then it has a layer, and then it has another ramp that goes up to another layer. So it turns it from just an aquarium into more of a habitat that they can run around in. And I saw some feedback from other customers that talks about how they see way more of them just like running around in it instead of them just like hiding in their little burrows, and it seemed to be really engaging for them. So I was like, okay, it's really expensive because it's, you know, made in America.
Sure.
And
import taxes and stuff like that.
No, it's made in America.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really expensive before I pay shipping and taxes because it's made in America.
Right.
But as far as I can tell, they're like a small company and kind of do their own thing, and everything is sort of custom.
It's cool to support.
Yeah, custom built. And I reached out to them. They were super responsive. And so I got confirmation of what was the right product. And then I'm sitting there on the order page. I'll show you the options, okay?
This is interesting.
I'll show you the options.
So while you look for that, someone in Floatplane chat mentioned millennial gray, and that's like actually a thing. You can look it up. The like color spectrum of things in our world is narrowing because back in the day, things were much more colorful. You think like different grains of wood. You think all the different colors and patterns that used to be in homes back in the day. And then millennials are just like, nope. Whoa.
Okay. So they've got
That's
purple and pink.
Whoa.
And teal. All these fun colors. Ooh, look at Stardust. Okay, that's really hard to see on the screen. But what about Quality Blue?
Quality Blue.
And I ended up
name.
with Silver Vein.
Oh.
Actually, I might have gone with Galvanized because it's a little bit cheaper. And I was just like, yep.
Oh, wow. I see that is quite expensive. Cages
Gray.
are oddly expensive.
Yeah.
Like the bird cage that we have is like really expensive.
I believe you.
I don't really know why.
Yeah. So I tried. I tried so hard to order the purple one.
But you still
even Stardust.
Still just got gray.
I still bought gray. I can't bring myself to do it. It's funny. Yeah. Like, yeah. You know what? No. I mean, I do splash of color here and there.
You do.
But not in my house.
Yeah.
Everything in my house is black, white, or gray because as soon as I choose anything other than black, white, or gray, I have to think about what goes with it. And I do not have brain space for that. I can't. That's impossible. Yvonne can do it a little bit. Every once in a while, we'll add some navy blue. Like that cat cushion that she made for the little reading nook thing that will probably turn into a makeout nook at some point.
Not there yet.
Not there yet, but I mean, might not be
that far
off.
away.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about that.
What, making out in my nook?
Weird.
With me or
the LAN party's coming up. No, I don't know. Every once in a while, I'd think about like, what grades are his kids in?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Then you have that like, oh crap moment of like, what were the kids getting up to in that grade when I was in that grade? Or the stories that I would hear from my brother when he was in that grade or whatever, right? Like just, it's like, oh, wow. And like when you're that age, you're like, darn parents.
Yeah, whatever, no big deal.
This is normal.
Yeah.
I wish they'd get off my back.
Yeah.
And then now I'm this age and I'm like, wow, they seem very young. I don't know. Oh man. My brother's a firefighter these days, and he was mentioning the other day about how he went to a call that wasn't a fire, but firefighters will often respond to like medical calls and stuff as well.
Someone fell out of their bed or whatever.
And it was a bunch of like, it was a group of chicks that were out clubbing. And he was like, I just can't like, he's like, they look like they should be in like,
school.
Yeah. It's like, this is really weird. They look like children. Like, I don't. He's like, I wanted to send them home. Like, it's like, man, yeah, I think we're that old. I think we're that old now. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
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 Or they won't. A lot of people are not fine. So, you know that expression, the kids will be fine or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I mean,
maybe not anymore.
Yeah, if that were true, then all the adults today would be fine. They aren't.